On this beautiful Friday morning in Charleston, Illinois, let us begin our day by pausing for a moment of silence to reflect upon those serving this country in the armed forces of the United States, both home and abroad, protecting our freedoms and allowing us to engage in such an activity today. Some of those soldiers and sailors were once athletes at this meet. And we asked to remember at this time the members of the IHSA track and cross-country family who have left us in the last year by passing away. Thank you. At this time, I ask that you all face the colors of the United States. Gentlemen, remove your hats and join us in the singing of the national anthem. Bringing it to us this morning, a recent graduate of Charleston High School, Miss Courtney Carver. Courtney Carver, ladies and gentlemen. She'll be down to meet you all in a moment. This is a final call of the 4x800 meters to the tent, Class 2A. Final call, 4x800 meters. And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce the Assistant Executive Director of the Illinois High School Association, responsible for track and field and cross country in Illinois, Mr. Ron McGraw.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my privilege on behalf of the Illinois High School Association to welcome you all here this morning. We appreciate that you've come here today to support these young men who have worked so very hard to come to this point and to race before you today. We know that you'll be here to support them in the most positive way, to support our officials and volunteers in the same manner. We really appreciate that. It's our tradition at this point, as we open the meet, to have our meet referee read our sportsmanship statement. I introduce to you Mr. Dave Thacker from East Peoria, meet referee.
Thank you, Ron, and welcome everybody. You have some opportunity today to see excellent track and field performances, so really get into it today. But I do want to let you know that the Illinois High School Association requires that officials enforce sportsmanship rules. Athletes, coaches, officials, and spectators all have a part to play in this process. High school athletics emphasize the positive values we all have worked hard to create. A sense of teamwork, respect, responsibility, and perspective. All are attributes of good sportsmanship shared by competitors who demonstrate this good behavior. We encourage and appreciate your assistance in promoting sportsmanship, and we hope this competition will reflect the mutual respect of all parties. Good luck and have a great meet.
We're just about to get started here on the track. but I'd like to do a couple of things. One, I'd like to take this opportunity, as I always do, to ask you to thank me in joining the volunteers. We have a couple of hundred volunteers that come here today. They've taken days off work, used their vacation days, paid their own gas, paid their own hotel, paying their own meals. So if you would join me, please, in thanking these folks, I'd really appreciate it. And ladies and gentlemen, we bring the national anthem singer down here so you can see who it was that does such a wonderful job with that. I'd like you to meet Courtney Carver. Finally, it's going to be a hot day. Remind you all to stay hydrated. And that causes me to remember I'd like to thank the Illinois Track and Cross Country Coaches Association for providing the water back here at the clerk's tent, bottled water, a lot of it, for our athletes both this weekend and last. So if you would join me in thanking them, it's been a godsend here this weekend. Very shortly, we'll have the 4x8 lined up on the tarmac. We'll be racing. Have a wonderful day.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the first race of the day being led out by the clerks of the course, 4x800 meters in Class 2A. Here's the field of competition in lane number 2 in this first race, Pontiac. In 3, Stanford Olympia, McLean County. Grays Lake Central will be in lane 5. The Knights of Maple Park, Canelan in 6. The Mustangs of Chicago St. Rita, Southwestern Avenue, Chicago in 7. Rochelle will be in 8. Sterling in 9. Chicago Jones will be in 10. The Morton Potters in 11, and the Dunlop Eagles of East Peoria, or Peoria area, will be in 12. They lead the field in this race with a 7:59.63 out of the sectional. We can go to the starter. Clean start for this first race. Leading off for the Dunlop Eagles is Everett Lepp. As we go through the south curve on this morning, for the benefit of our watchers on IHSA TV, wind conditions completely different today, where yesterday we had a stiff 20-mile-an-hour wind. We have no breeze at all on the floor of the stadium. Looks like Pontiac is an early leader, and Dunlop, call it Decker from Dunlop. It looks like Sterling coming up on the outside with Morton. There's Harkness for Sterling pushing for the lead. Morton on the outside for the Morton Potters. That is Austin Bradford. And now a move on the outside into the lead. Competitor 1835, Grays Lake Central, Kevin Boyle. I know we have the Zygmunt brothers on that team. Boyle right now for Grays Lake Central. Now it is Sterling back into the lead. Harkness and Canelan pushing into second. Connor Johnson, the leadoff from Maple Park Canelan. A lot of exchanges here in the first 800 meters. Here's Dunlop coming around on the outside. That is Everett Lepp. So right now it's Canelan coming into the first exchange, and that is Connor Johnson with the baton. Johnson. Nathaniel Kucera now. 1:58, the first 800 meters. Kaneland right behind Rochelle. Kaneland right behind Sterling. That's Brenner, and now Dunlap is closing the rest of the group up onto second. Zach Plank running for the Dunlop Eagles. So right now Sterling, Brenner, Kaneland, Kucera, and then Dunlop and Plank. Here's Pontiac sprinting into the front. Millhauser, Sean Millhauser now with the lead with the next 400 in this leg. Millhauser, Pontiac, Kucera of Sterling, then Dunlop. That's Zach Plank for the Eagles out in northwestern Peoria County. Dunlop in third. Maple Park Kaneland is fourth. That's Kucera in the white over the black and white candy stripe. Top four runners very close. Kucera looking for the outside now on Pontiac's Mill. Around, Kucera continues to push. So Kucera, and now Kaneland moves to the front. That's Kucera for Kaneland, and there's the exchange. Kaneland first, Sterling second, Pontiac third. For Kaneland, Brundage is the third runner, and he's opened a lead up on the field. That's Brundage. Battle for second looks like Pontiac. That is Pontiac battling. Charles Hodges battling Sterling. That's Petrowski for Sterling. Now Dunlap comes back into the top four for the Eagles. Crespo is the three runner for the Eagles. As we come out from behind the scoreboard, Maple Park Kaneland continues in the lead. Remember that the winner gets a berth in tomorrow's finals, and then the rest of the group is top 9 times among 3 races. Dunlop into second. Crespo. Still Kaneland with the lead. Brundage. Field tightening on the leader. Brundage with the lead. Crespo in second. Pontiac is third. That would be Charles Hodges. And then we have Sterling leading the next group. Petrowski for Sterling. Now Dunlop into the lead. Crespo has taken the lead on Kaneland as they go around the scoreboard. Hodges still in third for Pontiac. Petrowski fourth. He hits the rail for a moment, still holds on to fourth. Here comes Crespo and the Dunlop Eagles. And this should be the anchor leg. Cameron Roman. And for Kaneland, it's an 8-minute pace. Kyle Carter for Kaneland. Dunlop with a 7:59, trying to stay on that time frame in this first race. And now Pontiac back up into the top 2. That is Justice. Pontiac doing all this work from lane number 2 at the start of the race. There's Pontiac on the outside of Cameron Roman. Kaneland on the inside, and we've got a new runner there From lane 3, that's Stanford Olympia. That's Litweiler, and now another movement of a new team up front. 1669, that's Chicago Jones. That's Armando Rodriguez. As we go on to the back straightaway. Pontiac in the lead. That's Zach Justice. Canelan in second. Carter, here comes Roman for Peoria's Dunlop. They're in second, trying to come out onto Pontiac. Here we come home. 746, 747, that's the record. Pontiac and Canelan, and Dunlop and Canelan now battling to the finish line. It looks like Canelan with the win. Canelan, Dunlop, Peoria, Pontiac. That is Kyle Carter from Canelan. It is Canelan with the win, 7:59.97, 8 minutes and 18 for Dunlop. Pontiac is third, 8 minutes and 42. Very close finish now in the top four. Great start to the day in Class 2A as Maple Park Canelan gets the first berth for Saturday's finals.
And onto the track, heat 2 of 3, Class 2A 4x800 meter relays. Here's the field. We have the Braves of Mount Zion, the Red Wings of Bennett Academy, the Marion Wildcats, the Raiders of Glenbard South, the Braves of Hillcrest, the Chargers of Aurora Central Catholic, the Burlington Central Rockets, the Vikings of Ileana Christian, the Bulldogs of Riverside Brookfield, and the Pioneers of Normal UI.
Burlington Central, your leadoff is Matt O'Connor. Your anchor is Kent Clem. For Glenbard South, leadoff is Joe Singleton. Anchor is John Wold. And for Lyle, leadoff is Ryan Kraus. And anchor is Bob Svoboda.
On your mark.
Fill in what I can, the rest of you get your team, the rest of you.
Help me with the spot here, because and we'll check the field at the break line. Riverside Brookfield. John Kingset runs for the Bulldogs. He's on the outside of Mount Zion. Mount Zion at the rail. Sean Moore running the leadoff for the Braves. He's in the white over red at the rail. Mount Zion is your leader. Sean Moore. Aurora Central Catholic runs second. Alex Duncan runs for the Chargers. 58 seconds for the first 400. That's still Mount Zion in the white over red holding the lead. Sean Moore. Here comes Aurora Central Catholic now into the lead. Alex Duncan. Ileana Christian now into the lead. Jordan Decker runs for the Vikings. Decker, your leader. 150 meters remain in this opening leg. Burlington Central runs third. Matt O'Connor now moving into second. Iliana Christian 159 on that opening leg. Kevin Groh of Iliana Christian. He's a sophomore. Second call, 4 by 100 meter relay. Second call, please report to the tent. Burlington now making a move on the outside. Mike Gulick running for Burlington. Burlington now into the lead. Gulick running for Burlington Central, the Rockets. Here comes U-High. The Pioneers. J.D. Lafayette. 1 lap remaining in this second leg. Lafayette now challenging for the lead. 57 seconds on that 400 meters. Aurora Central Catholic now running in third. Matt Martyr, he's a senior, running for the Chargers, now challenging for second. U-High now moving on the outside. That's Lafayette. And Burlington, still your leader. Grulick. The senior Rocket extends the lead. Burlington Central. Aurora Central and U-High. Joe Gannon for Burlington. Brendan Hoskins runs for U-High. Zach Flint runs for Aurora and is in second. Here comes U-High. Brendan Hoskins, a junior, now moves to second for the Pioneers, now challenging for the lead. Five teams now in this early field. Here comes Glenbard South, the Raiders. Scott Wirtz running for Glenbard South, now challenging for second. Burlington is still in the lead, and now Glenbard South on his shoulder. Wirtz from Glenbard now challenging. Aurora is third. Zach Flint runs for the Chargers. 100 meters remain in this third leg. Here comes Glenbard South. Wirtz to the handoff. Glenbard South. John Wool runs for the Raiders. He's your anchor, a sophomore on the anchor leg for Glenbard South. Aurora Central still in third. Matt Myers, Burlington Central, runs in second. Clint Clem runs from Burlington. The Pioneers of U-High are fourth. Brent Emerson for U-High. And that's Ileana Christian behind University High. Milo Dixon to the bell. 55 seconds on that first 400 meters, this anchor leg for the sophomore from Glenbard South. John Wold, 300 meters remain. Burlington Central runs second. Clem on the anchor for Burlington. Ileana Christian, U-High. Dixon's running for Ileana Christian. Here they come out of the north turn. Headed for home in this second preliminary heat. It's Glenbard South. That's the sophomore Wold. That's Wold, Glenbard South. 7:53. Ileana Christian, now U-High to the finish. Emerson, Mount Zion now crosses the line. Marion.
The high jump to report, please. Second flight of the high jump, please report.
.154 unofficial on the anchor for Wold. The sophomore for Glenbard South.
And heat 3 on the track, featuring your sectional leader, the Comanches of Cahokia, with a best time of 7:53.38. We'll set the field from the inside of the track. The Bulldogs of Muhammad Seymour in position 2. Bulldogs of Highland in 3 with an 8:05 sectional time. Chicago Perspectives Charter, the Panthers in 4. The Lions of Arlington Heights St. Viator in 5. The Spartans of Sycamore with an 8:04.4 sectional time in 6. The Mustangs of Chicago Northside in 7. The Rams of Mount Vernon in 8 with an 8:10 seed time. The Silver Streaks of Galesburg in 9 with an 8:07. The Tigers from East Richland Co-op in 10. The Redbirds of Metamora in 11. And again, your sectional leader, the Comanches of Cahokia in position 12. We go to the start. Final call, 4x100 meter relay. Please report to the tent, 4x100 relay. Mr. Starter, the field is yours.
On your mark.
And we're at the break. It's a clean start. It looks to be Highland and Cahokia 1 and 2. That's Gray for Highland. The sophomore, Cody Gray. And also a sophomore, Marlon Brady from Cahokia in second place. They've been joined now. We have our top 3 and then a bunch battling for 4th at the pole. It's 56 flat. Cahokia. Marlon Brady, the sophomore from Cahokia, with the lead. In second appears to be Muhammad Seymour.
That is McCormick.
Cale McCormick, the senior, battling down the backstretch. Highland now challenging for second. Cody Gray, and now in the yellow over black making a move. An unidentified team as of right now. Cahokia trying to hold off the pack. And here comes Cahokia, Muhammad Seymour. Into the exchange, we've got another big move there. Galesburg with the huge move at the end. 157-1 for Marlon Brady, unofficially, of Cahokia.
Jalen Monaghan for
Jalen Monaghan, yet another sophomore for Cahokia.
All right, so you got Cahokia in the lead.
Muhammad Seymour in second. 3, 4, 5 is Galesburg.
And Sycamore in third.
Sycamore
Galesburg is Boydston.
for,
Galesburg is 4, Sycamore is 3.
in fourth for Galesburg is Boydston, Grant Boydston,
Sycamore is Emmett.
and Emmert from Sycamore. And again, Jalen Monaghan now in second. Muhammad Seymour has taken the lead. That is Chuck. Matthew Chupp, a junior from Muhammad, has taken the lead, and Cahokia is responding. Jalen Monaghan now back in the lead. These two teams are significantly out front here as far as time goes.
Third place is Sycamore.
Sycamore apparently in third. David Emmert of Sycamore being challenged by Highland on the outside down the back stretch.
There's Mount Vernon moving up.
Mount Vernon now in the black and orange, moving up. David Modert, a sophomore from Mount Vernon. It's still Cahokia and Muhammad Seymour attempting to mount a challenge. Let's help them out down the home stretch. Here comes Muhammad Seymour. They're challenging the junior Matthew Chuck, and Cahokia now with a big move. Jalen Monaghan says, no, you don't. Highland and Sycamore, 3:54 at the break. And Mike Monaghan, also a sophomore, takes over from Jalen Monaghan of Cahokia, and they have opened up a lead.
And Muhammad Seymour's third runner is John Butcher.
That's John Butcher, the senior from Muhammad Seymour. And attempting the challenge is Galesburg.
Galesburg's third runner is Shea Hostins.
That is Shea Hostins, the senior from Galesburg, attempting to move up on Muhammad Seymour.
Trevor White.
That's Trevor White, a freshman from Highland, making a move. Give it up for the freshman. In the third, from Highland is the freshman. 56 seconds for Cahokia at the break. That's still Mike Monaghan, and it's anybody's race for second. Highland in the second, the freshman has made the move. Trevor White. Now down the backstretch, it's Muhammad. Sycamore passing Muhammad on the outside.
Sycamore's third runner is Dylan Smith.
That's Dylan Smith of Sycamore.
Galesburg joins them.
And Galesburg now with a big move with 200 to go. Shea Hostins. Here we come with another move. First place is Cahokia. Coming into the anchor leg. Cahokia, Galesburg, Muhammad, Sycamore. .554 at the break. Darren Payton, a junior from Cahokia, in the lead. Muhammad is now in third.
Highland in second.
Highland holding the lead. Muhammad Seymour Sycamore, and Galesburg now on the outside, sporting the Mohawk. Down into third now. DeAndre Law of Galesburg making a mark on this race. The field has been lapped by the first 5 racers. It's really anybody's call for second place here. 6:49, 6:50 at the break. Darren Payton of Cahokia. All of these teams have a good time going for tomorrow. Remember, these are times, the top 12 qualify for tomorrow based on time only. Cahokia with a 40-yard lead now. Cahokia moving up, and in the backstretch, it's anybody's race. Sycamore, Muhammad now, Highland, and Galesburg on the rail. Let's bring them around here, folks. 100 meters to go. Darren Payton of Cahokia striding in. And here we go, it's Muhammad. Galesburg with the sprint. Looks like they might get second. Law from Galesburg, but here comes Sycamore challenging now for third. Sycamore, Muhammad, and Highland. 7:49. Unbelievable.
We need a Rich South coach to the clerk stand, please. Rich South coach to the clerk stand.
These are significantly lower than the sectional times. 7:49, 7:06, 7:55, 7:56, Cahokia, Galesburg, and Sycamore.
Now into the blocks, ladies and gentlemen. Heat number 1 of 4 preliminaries of the 4x100 meters. Here's the field in number 2, Grays Lake Central. In 3, the Rockets of Rich Township East, Park Forest. The Meteors, Chicago, De La Salle Institute. In 4, Chicago Fenger from the Roseland neighborhood. Fenger in the middle in this race. Chicago Glenbard South. Glen Ellen, Glenbard South, the Raiders in 6, Murfreesboro, the Red Devils in 7, the Harrisburg Bulldogs in 8, and Woodstock out in 9. In the middle, you have the Titans of Chicago Fenger. The leadoff for Fenger is Cephas. And the first exchange is Fenger. Then on the outside is Glenbard South, which is Jarius Shannon. That is Shannon. Marshall for Fenger. Now this exchange, that is Glenbard first. with Walker, Elvin Walker, Finger still hanging in the middle in lane number 5 with Jones for Chicago Finger, and now the race for home. Glenbard South, that is Kenny Anderson, followed by Chevelle Lucas, and we head for the finish. It's going to go Glenbard, Finger, and I believe De La Salle gets in there in third. 42.56 for Glenbard South. Finger is second with a 42.94. Murfreesboro coming in on lane number 7 with De La Salle in fourth. They were tied, 43.45 each for Murfreesboro and De La Salle Institute.
Here's the field, heat 2 of 4. In lane 2, the Redbirds of Metamora. Lane 3 will be open. The Eagles of Chicago Brooks will be in 4. The Hillcrest Braves of Country Club Hills will be in 5. The Hawks of Hillcrest in 5. The Braves have Walter Lutheran in 6. The Green Wave of Mattoon in 7. Springfield Southeast in 8. And Aurora Central Catholic in 9. Lane 3 is open. Call for the hurdles, call for the high hurdles.
5 moves up, 5.
Lane 5, that's Country Club Hills, the Hawks. Then Walter Lutheran. Adiano running for Hillcrest to the second exchange.
6.
Here comes Walter Lutheran and Hillcrest. Evans running for Lutheran to the anchor. It's Hillcrest. Pierce running for Hillcrest. It's Hillcrest and Walter Lutheran to the finish. Mattoon in third, but hold your tickets on that one, ladies and gentlemen. We'll look to the scoreboard clock. It's Melrose Park. Walter Lutheran, 42.71. Hillcrest was second. Mattoon third, 43.42.
Let's set the field here for Heat 3 of 4, featuring Midlothian Bremen, your second fastest sectional qualifier. In lane 1, the Panthers of Kelvin Park, Chicago. In lane 2, the Orphans of Centralia. In lane 3, the Raiders of Robeson High from Chicago. In lane 4, the Broncos of Montini. Lane 5, the Braves of Bremen, sister school to Hillcrest. Lane 6, the Celtics of Providence Catholic from New Lenox. In lane 7, the Knights of Canelan.
Okay, Providence anchor runner, report to the tent.
Providence anchor runner, please report to the tent. Providence Catholic 4x1 anchor runner, please report to the tent immediately.
To the zone, report to his zone.
To the zone, to the zone.
That's perfect. He told me to break in.
In 8, the Generals of MacArthur from Decatur, and in 9, the Rockets of Burlington Central. Mr. Starter, the field is yours. And we're away with a clean start. In the middle of Bremen, Torian Parks, a junior. Dimitri Taylor of Montini. And looks like Providence Catholic, Troy Shepard out to the lead.
6-5.
Pfeiffer for Providence.
Pfeiffer, Nick Pfeiffer of Providence Catholic. We're dead even at the exchange. It's Bremen, Providence Catholic, and Montini.
Shelton for Bremen.
And on the outside, it's Canelan making a strong move here. Canelan with the handoff in the lead. Canelan, a stunner in the outside lane. Here comes Bremen. And on the outside, it's MacArthur. MacArthur to the lead.
Oh, at the wire. Go to the board.
We go to the board.
For MacArthur, and it was Carter for Canelan.
Carter of Canelan on the anchor. MacArthur has come up with the win. A tie. We have a tie. 42-46, 42-54, unbelievable finish.
They don't count as a tie, so be careful. They've got
Now on to the track. Heat number 4. Here's the field. In lane 1, the Pioneers of Rock Island, Alaman. In 2, the Morton Potters. In 3, from the Metro East area, Troy Triad. In 4, the Mustang Chicago St. Rita, the Jacksonville Crimson. In the middle, they lead the state into this event in Class 2A. Next to them will be the Cahokia Comanches. In 7, the Charleston Trojans. In lane number 7, Mahomet Seymour. In lane number 8, the Bulldogs in 8, and Pontiac out in 9. Jacksonville's sectional time is actually better than the state record, 42:27. Let's watch the Crimson. And actually, we have St. Rita moving up on the field. That's Dwyer for St. Rita. Then behind them, Cahokia.
Third runner's Story, Trey Story.
That's Story. I still think we've got Troy Triad coming around.
Troy Triad, that was Everall.
That's Everall. Triad. Jacksonville is now heading in. Jacksonville to the win. And Skipple, let's see what their time was. 41:91. They're under 42. Jacksonville, then Cahokia, Chicago St. Rita. The 1, 2, 3. Charleston is 4th at 43:13.
Here's the field for heat number 1. In lane 2 from Chicago Orr, Javon Brown. In lane 3 from Rockford Boylan Catholic, Dan Arnold. In lane 4 from Stamford Olympia, Tyler Ginger. In lane 5 from Glenbard South and Glen Ellen, Alvin Walker. In lane 6 from Harrisburg, DJ Duncan. In lane 7 from Providence Catholic in New Lenox, Andrew Hellman. In lane 8 from Rochelle, Kane Rodriguez. And in lane 9 from Chicago de La Salle, Quentin Patton. Your heat leader is Alvin Walker with a time of 1:14.7. To the starter.
We're away with a clean start. It's Hellman out to the early lead, followed by Walker, Hellman, and here comes Duncan of Harrisburg in the middle. It's Harrisburg, and it's 3 wide. It's way too close to call. Looks like Hellman, Duncan, Walker.
Harrisburg. No.
Walker pulls out the win in lane 5, 14:74. Lane 2 from Harrisburg, Duncan, 14:78.
Here's a field for heat number 2. In lane 2 from Springfield Southeast, Jamal Sims. In lane 3 from Woodstock High School, Tyler Parsons. In lane 4 from Evergreen Park, Chris Cheatham. In lane 5, and your heat leader from Mount Vernon, Spencer Allen. In lane 6 from Bremen in Midlothian, Deion Starnes. In lane 7 from Champaign Centennial, David Briscoe. In lane 8, from Central Catholic in Bloomington, Michael Billington. Lane 9 is open. To the start.
And we're off in 4. Cheatham of Evergreen Park. Here comes Mount Vernon. That's Alan Spencer Allen. And in 5 and 6. 6 is Deion Starnes of Midlothian Bremen. Looks like Spencer Allen and Deion Starnes. Tyler Parsons and David Briscoe. Unofficially 14:44 for Allen, 14:57 for Starnes, and Briscoe third at 15:20.
Here's a field for the third and final heat of the 110-meter hurdles. In lane 2 from Springfield Southeast, Tremont Lewis. In lane 3 from Peoria High School, Brandon Lindley. In lane 4 from Walter Lutheran in Melrose Park, Justin McGrady. Your sectional leader from Plano, Joe Jones in lane 5. In lane 6 from Sterling High School, Michael Snyderbauer. In lane 7 from Princeton, Evan Suarez. Lane 8 is open. Lane 9 from Robeson High School in Chicago, Brian Sturgis. To the starter.
Oh,
Yeah, there was.
we'll try that again.
Once again, we have a call for the 800-meter run. Call for the 800-meter run.
Mr. Starter, the track is yours. And we're off. It's 6-4. 6 is Sterling High School on the inside. Lindy of Peoria High School with a surprise move. And McGrady of Walter Lutheran. Sterling, Melrose Park, Walter Lutheran, and Peoria High School. Unofficial, your winner from Sterling, 1486.
Of the 100-meter dash. In lane 2 from Morton, Seth Wilkerson. In lane 3 from Central Catholic in Aurora, Joseph Fessy. In lane 4 from Decatur MacArthur, Jonathan Bowie. In lane 5 from Kelvin Park in Chicago, Brian Carter, and your heat leader. In lane 6 from Plano, Joe Jones. In lane 7 from Troy Triad, Brandon Penrod. In lane 8 from Warrensburg Latham, Josh Itachaba. And in lane 9 from Chicago's Protective Charter, Lonnie Washington, your field for the first heat of the 100-meter dash. To the starter.
A fair start. We look to the middle of the track. That's lane 3. It's Joe Fessy. Lane 4, Bowie. It's Bowie and Carter. Bowie and Carter to the finish. And maybe Penrod for third. We look at the scoreboard. It's Bowie at 10:97, Carter second at 10:98, and Penrod third at 11:08. There's your top three from Heat 1.
Here's a field for the second heat of the 100-meter dash. In lane 2 from Bremen in Midlothian, Demetrius Shelton. In lane 3 from Providence Catholic in New Lenox, Troy Shepard. In lane 4 from Central in Burlington, we have Parker DeMoss. In lane 5, and your heat leader from Calvin Park in Chicago, Jamal McNeely. In lane 6 from Montini in Lombard, Anthony Taylor. In lane 7 from Caitland in Maple Park, Brandon Collier. In lane 8 from Chicago Fenger, Chevelle Lucas. And in lane 9 from Grays Lake Central, Devontae Jennings. To the starter.
Jersey and Burlington Central.
Will the Jersey coach and the Burlington Central coach please report to the dugout? Coaches from Burlington Central and Jersey to the dugout. To the clerk's tent. This is a call for the 800 meters. Please report to the clerk's tent at the southwest corner. Call for the 800.
I'm backing off a little bit on the mic.
It appears lane 4 is open.
I'm going to back off from the mic a little bit, I guess. We're getting complaints about being too loud. Lane 3's looking good.
That's Troy Shepard of New Lenox.
Here comes 5.
Here comes in lane 5, Jamal McNeely. It's McNeely and Fenger, Chevelle Lucas. A very close finish. We look to the scoreboard. It's McNeely, Sheldon, Shepard, 1, 2, and 3 from preliminary heat number 2.
Lane 2 from Peoria Manual, Greg Johnson. In lane 3 from Muhammad Seymour, Marshall Graham. In lane 4 from Jacksonville High School, Nick Skypel. In lane 5 from Glimbard South and Glen Ellen, Wesley Sanders. In lane 6 from Jacksonville High School, Reggie Bratton. In lane 7 from Sycamore High School, Dion Hooker. In lane 8 from Cahokia High School, Trey Story. And in lane 9 from the Lakes in Lake Villa, Sean Budlich. To the starter.
We look at the outside. That's Cahokia. Here comes Sanders and Bratton. To the finish, it's Bratton, Chappelle, and Story. That's 10.85 on Bratton. Chappelle is 10.93, 1 and 2. Story was third at 11.08. That was the final preliminary heat of the 100-meter dash.
Here now on the track, section 1 of 3, the 800-meter run in Class 2A. Field includes Andrew DeBolt of the Plano Reapers, Clint Klein of Burlington Central, Alec Andrewson, Mantino, Cale McCormick, Muhammad Seymour, Justice Zach of Pontiac, Grant Grimshaw Freeburg, Daryl Gatewood of Chicago Robeson, Noah Van Dyke of West Chicago Wheaton Academy, and Darius Thomas of the Macomb Bombers. We'll call 4x200s now. 4x200s to the tent. And we can go to the starter. At the break, right now it is Grimshaw of Freeburg along with Anderson of Mantino and DeBolt. Anderson of the Mantino Panthers, they're in the all-purple Kankakee County. Grimshaw, the Freeburg Midgets in second. Plano and DeBolt is third in this race. State record 155.82 set last year by Michael Simon. On the inside we have DeBolt coming up from the inside. He has the lead. DeBolt has the lead. Now Grimshaw into second for Freeburg. On the outside also is Climb of Burlington Central. Right now your leader is DeBolt of Plano.
593, excuse me. 293. Wake up there.
DeBolt with the lead on the backstretch. That's Freeburg, and a new fourth now moving up. That is Thomas of the Macomb Bombers. He had a 155.43 coming into this, which is actually below the state record as set last year, so watch Macomb. Here is the battle between DeBolt and Thomas. Thomas to the outside for Macomb, 141, 142. With them, number 3 is Climb of Burlington Central. Here comes Thomas. Thomas and Climb pushing each other for the finish. Thomas and Climb, the win to Macomb. And what did he get? With Thomas, 156.53. The win to Thomas and an automatic berth for Saturday. Climb is second for Burlington Central, 156.58. DeBolt of the Plano Reapers is third.
On to the track heat 2 of 3. Here's the field. We have Nathan Allen of Decatur MacArthur, Carson Hahn of Mount Vernon, Samuel Wellborn of Jersey, John Wold, we saw him earlier, the sophomore from Glenbard South, Ben Coyer of Peoria Notre Dame, from Harrisburg, a sophomore, Luke Horton, from St. Thomas of Champaign, Jake Helfrich, and from Burlington Central, Mike Gulick, and our section leader from Peoria Notre Dame, Grant Inskeep. There's the field, heat 2.
Position 5 is scratch. Position 5 is scratch. Senior Wilbur.
Grant Inskeep, your section leader. He's got hip number 13 from Peoria Notre Dame way on the outside, and we'll catch him at the break.
Break is 6.62.
we've got John Wold and Nathan Allen.
13 on the outside.
Now 11.
And here comes Inskeep down from the outside.
6. And
John Wold of Glenbard South. He ran the 4x800 meters earlier.
13.
And it's Inskeep.
13, 6, 11.
Inskeep, Wold, and Gulick. Gulick from Burlington Central, followed by
12, 9,
Helfrich of St. Thomas.
12, 9, and 2.
Luke Horton and Nathan Allen from Decatur MacArthur. The bell lap. That's Grant Inskeep.
First call, flights 2 and 3 of the triple jump. Report to the central pit. Flights 2 and 3, class 2A, triple jump.
Still
13
Inskeep.
and 6.
That's still Inskeep.
6.
Here comes 9 on the outside.
9 on
Moving on the outside, Luke Horton of Harrisburg. Harrisburg in the purple, now challenging for second. Inskeep and Horton, followed by Wold.
13, 9, 6.
And here's 12.
Making a move is Gulick of Burlington Central.
Into second.
Inskeep and Gulick turning for home 100 meters.
6.
And here comes John Wold. Inskeep,
13, 12, 6, 13.
Inskeep, Wold, Gulick, Inskeep, Wold, Gulick. 1, 2, and 3 from preliminary heat number 2. Inskeep's time 1:57.46. Wold at 1:57.82. Gulick 1:58.23.
Okay, heat 3 of 3 in the boys 800 meter run. Position 2, Jeffrey Rector of Roosevelt, Chicago. Travis Treviso of Riverside Brookfield in 3. In 6, from Grays Lake Central, Luke Zeigmut. From Co-op in Galena, Adam Lang. From Lincoln Way, New Lenox, Mark Pedzivater. Chicago Brooks, Malik Lee. Marengo, Torben Hoffmeyer. And your sectional leader from Cahokia, the Comanches, Darren Payton, a junior, with a 1:55.04, your sectional best time. We go to the starter. And we're underway. It's a one-turn stagger. Out to the early lead appears to be Cahokia Payton.
11.
Pardon me, that's Malik Lee of Chicago Brooks.
On the inside, 3.
And on the inside, it's Treviso from Riverside Brookfield taking the lead, followed by Lee of Brooks.
3, 2, 11.
And on the inside is Jeffrey Rector of Chicago Roosevelt.
On the outside, Koki runner.
27 and change at the 200. It's all bunched together. It's anybody's race at this point.
Koki in the second.
13.
Into second is Payton, position 13 runner.
3:13.29.
Treviso, Payton, and Pedzivater of Lincoln Way, your top 3.
13.29 still.
That's Pedzivater in fourth now. At the bell,
On the rail, 8 came into fourth.
Adam Lang from Galena Co-op has moved into fourth place now. And it's really any of the top 7 here have a shot at this.
Koki run 13 is on the lead.
Payton taking the lead down the back stretch.
13.39.
And on the outside is number 9, Pedzivater of Lincoln Way, challenging for second.
9 into second. 6 into fourth.
And Zeigmuth, Luke Zeigmuth of Grays Lake Central has now moved into fourth. We're bunched up here.
Here goes on the outside.
Here comes a kick now from the 5, 6, 7 positions.
9's on the outside.
Pedzivater on the outside, challenging Payton of Cahokia down the stretch. And on the outside, we've got a big move here.
13.9.
Number 6, Zeigmuth, and number 12, Torben Hoffmeyer of Marengo, holding on for fourth. It's
Cahokia with
Cahokia, Lincoln Way unofficial. Peyton won an outstanding 154.85, 154.94 for Pedzavater, and Zeigmund 155.94.
Here's the field in number 1. In lane number 2, it's the Bulldogs of Mahomet Seymour, Champaign County. In 2, Boylan Catholic of Rockford. In 3, Chicago Calvin Park. In 4, in the middle, the Raiders of Glenbard South will be in 5. Maple Park Caneland, the Knights out in 6. In 7, the Celtics, Providence Catholic of New Lenox. In 7, the Rockets of Burlington Central. In 8, and Troy Triad from the Metro East area, St. Louis. In 9. Glenbard South with a 129.60 coming into this. Sean Henderson, the leadoff, there in the red. We look at the stagger onto the back stretch. Everyone very even. Now a little move up by Calvin Park. That would be McNeely. McNeely is making up the stagger now, and let's watch the exchange. Calvin Park with the first exchange. This is Davis for Calvin Park now. On the outside of him, Glenbard South, is Shannon for Glenbard South. And running well here on the high mark is Troy Triad with Burlington, but right now Glenbard South has the advantage for the exchange. And Glenbard is away, then Caneland. That is Padera for Glenbard, and Providence Catholic running well across this section of the track. That's Tucker by Providence Catholic. Now Caneland pulling even. That's Cottier. We go into the anchor exchange. Let's watch it. There is Glenbard first, then Caneland.
Glenbard, fourth runner is Sanders.
This is Sanders for Glenbard. Caneland's anchor is Carter. So it is Sanders and Carter. Wesley Sanders with the advantage. Sean Carter. Sanders and Carter. It's going to go to Glenbard South, then Caneland, then lane number 4, which is Chicago Calvin Park. Brian Carver. Our time 129.09. The win for Glenbard South.
Here's the field in Heat 2 of 3. We have Sandwich in 1, Stanford Olympia in 2, De La Salle from Chicago in 3, Glenwood Chatham in 4, Cahokia the Comanches in 5, Murfreesboro in 6, in lane 7, Chicago Robeson. Mattoon will be in lane 8, and Aurora Central Catholic in lane 9. There's the field, Heat 2 of 3. And they're off, 9 teams. The Red Devils of Murfreesboro look good at the opening leg. Devon Gaines. And for Mattoon, to the first handoff, Aaron Sowers running the opening leg for the Green Wave. And on the inside, lane 4, the Titans of Glenwood Chatham. Giovanelli, that's Michael, a sophomore, running for Glenwood. To the next exchange. Murfreesboro. Stephen Eldridge, a sophomore, running for the Red Devils, looking good. It's Glenwood Chatham. McNair running for the Titans. That's Quaymarn McNair. He's a junior. Cahokia was Kenny Ball, and it's Cahokia. Trey Story running for Cahokia. And Mattoon.
Anchor is Tyrus Moss.
Tyrus Moss running from Mattoon. To the finish. That's Cahokia, Mattoon, and Glenwood Chatham. 129.19 for Cahokia, the Comanches. For Mattoon, 129.74, and for Glenwood Chatham, 129.69.
We'll set the field here in Heat 3 of 3, 4x200 relay. In Lane 1, Woodstock High School. Lane 2, Springfield Southeast. Lane 3, Central High School of Grayslake. Lane 4, Fenger High School from Chicago. In Lane 5, the Hawks of Hillcrest. In Lane 6, Walter Lutheran Melrose Park. Lane 7, Bishop McNamara from Kankakee. In Lane 8, Peoria High School. And in Lane 9, the Pioneers of Normal U High. Your section best is 128.08. And we're away with a clean start. Lanes 4, 5, and 6 are the ones to watch, with 3 and 7 on the outside. Down the backstretch, it looks like McNamara and Hillcrest. James of Hillcrest. Into the exchange, it looks like Hillcrest with the lead. Ariamo from Hillcrest, apparently out to the lead. McNamara in 7, running strong, and here comes Walter Lutheran in 6. Dalton Major from McNamara into the second exchange. It is going to be Hillcrest.
Hillcrest with the first.
And out in lane 9, Normal U High.
Doyle Hillcrest.
That's Dequan Doyle of Hillcrest down the back stretch. On the inside, Grayslake, Fenger.
Finger's still in there.
Fenger still in it.
Adams of Grayslake.
That's Adams of Grayslake, and into the final exchange we go. Hillcrest, Fenger,
Pierce for Hillcrest.
and Springfield Southeast now into the picture.
Pierce for Hillcrest. Lucas for Finger.
Pardon me, that is Grayslake in 3, challenging for second.
Jennings for Grayslake.
Hillcrest struggling down the home stretch.
Here comes Finger.
Here comes Fenger
Lucas.
and Grayslake.
5-4-3.
Hillcrest, Fenger, Grayslake, 1, 2, and 3 in the third of 3 heats of the 4x200 relay.
On the track now, the 400 dash section 1. Here's the field. Matt Ruff of West Chicago Eaton Academy in 2, and we'll go to the starter. Quintus Williams of Decatur MacArthur is in 3. Brock McGee of Heron in 4. Demetrius Shelton for Bremen in 5. Kevin Ward of Providence Catholic in 6. Trevor Ray of the Lakes, Lake Villa in 7. Adam Parr, Metamora in 8. Right now in the middle, there is McGee of Heron battling Shelton of Bremen. McGee on the inside for the Bremen Braves. Then we also have
5-4-6.
Williams and Ward. There's Providence as we straighten it around. Now into the lead is Kevin Ward of Providence. 6-7-8, Ward and Ray. It is Ward of Providence Catholic. Now in 3 is Williams of MacArthur. 6-3-7-8. 6 is Ward of New Lenox Providence. 3 is Williams of MacArthur. Ray in for Lake Villa in the 2 position. Midlothian is 3rd. The win is to Ward of Providence Catholic, 49-31.
Sidney Smith of Woodstock North in 3. Charles Jadeno of Bremen in 4. DeAndre Law from Galesburg in 5. Scott Goad of Dixon in 6. And Derek Ship of Manual from Peoria in 7. DeAndre Law, 49.3, your sectional leader, your section leader. We go to the starter. And we're off.
6.
Out in 6, Scott Goad of Dixon. And Bremen looking for the lead. And now moving up on the outside is DeAndre Law. You may remember Law ran an outstanding leg of the 4x800 relay earlier this morning. And Law has now taken the lead along with Bremen. Scott Goad out in 6. Your leader now, DeAndre Law of Galesburg.
5-4-6.
Bremen on the inside there.
5-4-6.
And challenging now on the outside from Manuel is Ship.
5-4-6.
DeAndre Law cruising in now with a sectional win. Section win. Unofficial time. 49.17.
In lane 2 from LaSalle, Peru, Damian Allen. From Champaign, St. Thomas, Pierre Toole. From Tinley Park, Greg Wallace. From Cahokia, Marlon Brady. From the North Suburban Conference Prairie Division, Antioch High School's Leroy Chapman. Spencer Williams of Chicago Perspectives Charter. Lazuric Middlebrooks of Chicago Noble Street Charter will be an 8, and Marvin McKenzie of Riverside Brookfield, the Bulldogs in lane 9. This is heat 3 of 4. Marlon Brady of Cahokia in 5, Chapman of Antioch in 6. And Spencer Williams of Chicago from Perspectives Charter. That's Brady and Chapman. And on the inside from Tinley Park, Greg Wallace. Wallace now looking good. Cahokia, that's Marlon Brady. Brady, Wallace, and Allen. Brady, Wallace, and Allen. Here comes Chapman. It's Brady, Wallace, Chapman, and Allen. Unofficial top 4. Brady's time 49:37. Wallace at 49:48. 37, 48:71. And 50 and 15 for Chapman.
Heat number 4 into the blocks. Christian Horscher, Mundelein Carmel. In 2, Jim Warren of Boylan Catholic in 3. Byron Kelly of Chicago Brooks in 4. Brandon Penrod of Troy Triad in 5. Sterling Summer, Prairie Central in 6. Alejandro Rivera of Sterling in 7. Urban Prep Charters, Jeremiah Watson in 8. And Jay Webster of Hillsboro, Hilltoppers in 9. We go to the starters.
Flight 3 of the discus, please report. Flight 3 of the discus, class 2A.
That's on your honorary referee.
Thank you, thank you.
That's Summer of Prairie Central. In 6, there's Penrod. Troy wearing the white and red. That's Penrod of Troy. Next to him is Kelly of Chicago Brooks. And Summer of Prairie Central on the outside. Penrod and Summer as they come out of the curve. Penrod and Summer. And 4 is Kelly of Brooks. Penrod in the lead. Summer of Prairie Central. And 4 now a little move up in 7. The win is going to go, I believe, to Penrod of Troy Triad with a 48-81. Summer is second for Fairbury. Chicago Brooks Kelly is third. Hurdles crew, time to set up the 300 hurdles. Number 1, Jovan Brown, Chicago War, will be in 2. David Briscoe, Champaign Centennial, the Chargers in 3. Gary Hickman, Cahokia, will be in 4. Chris Cheatham, Evergreen Park, the Mustangs, in 5. Dion Starnes of Midlothian Bremen in 6. Joel Ooms, Lansing, Ileana Christian in 7. Jamal Sims of Springfield Southeast in 8. This is race number 1 of 4 in the 300 hurdles.
What time are we supposed to start this?
22 or 20?
In the middle here is Cheatham of Evergreen Park, and he's making up the stagger. Outside of him is Hickman of Cahokia. So you've got Hickman and Cheatham. Cheatham in the white. Cheatham is in the green, Hickman in the white. Now on the outside you've got 7, which is Ooms of Ileana Christian. It's still Evergreen Park. Evergreen Park's Cheatham. And a big jump there by Hickman. Now the last hurdle, and it's going to go to Cahokia. 4.57. 8 will get across. Come from behind for Gary Hickman of Cahokia. 30.01. Then Cheatham of Evergreen Park. That last hurdle made the difference, a 39.12. Ooms of Ileana Christian is third with a 40.22.
Here's the field in Heat 2. Lane 2 will be open. Dan Arnold of Rockford Boylan Catholic will be in 3. Spencer Allen of Mount Vernon in 4. Elvin Walker of Glenbard South in 5. Brandon Lindley of Peoria in 6. In lane 7 from Tinley Park, Mike McCullough. And in lane 8 from Antioch, the Sequoia's Travis Gantz. Six runners in the field. Elvin Walker, Glenbard South. He's running in 5. And running well. Peoria's Brandon Lindley. And way on the outside, that's Travis Gantz of Antioch. We come on to the final straightaway. That's Peoria's Brandon Lindley. Now Elvin Walker, Walker and Lindley. Walker, Lindley, and McCullough. Walker, Lindley, McCullough, and Gantz. Walker's time 38:78. Lindley 38:98, and McCullough 1, 2, and 3.
Heat 3 of 4 for the 300-meter hurdles, Class 2A. In lane 2, Daniel Medrano of Brooks High School from Chicago. Michael Schneiderbauer of Sterling High School in 3. From Benton, the Rangers have Drew Ing in 4. Harrisburg, DJ Duncan in 5. Woodstock High has Dante Arnold in 6. Maple Park Canelan, Dylan Nauert, a sophomore, in 7. And in lane 8, Wyatt Brinegar from Sandwich in lane 8. The top time in this section is DJ Duncan of Harrisburg, 38.51. Mr. Starter, the track is yours. And we're away with a clean start. Hurdle number 1, pretty even, perhaps Arnold of Woodstock in the lead, it looks like, with Canelan on his shoulder, and on the inside, Duncan of Harrisburg now making a move. We've got pretty tight here. 1, 2, 3. It's Duncan of Harrisburg, Arnold of Woodstock, and that's Woodstock, Dante Arnold, a senior, pulling away now from DJ Duncan. And on the outside, Canelan is struggling to hang on. Again, on the inside, it's Medrano of Brooks. Medrano of Brooks. We don't know what happened. We'll have to go to the results on that one. Very close to call there at the end. Your winner unofficially, Arnold of Woodstock, 38.97.
Heat number 4 into the blocks. Here's the field. Evan Suarez of Princeton in 2. Michael Billington of Bloomington Central Catholic in 3. Demario Walker, Galesburg in 4. Andrew Hellman of Providence Catholic in 5. Charles Fenner, Metamora in 6. Caleb Parsons of Watseka, Iroquois County in 7. Connor Gleason of Rochester in 8. Brian Sturgis would have been in 9. Line is open to the starter. And we're underway. Now out is 7, that's Parsons of Watseka. 5 and 7, Hellman of Providence Catholic in the middle. There's the Celtics. It's Watseka and Providence Catholic. 5-7-4, that means Walker is in there for Galesburg. 5-4-7, last one caught up on 7. Here is Walker. We just lost Fenner. The win in 5-4-7. Hurdles crew, please take the hurdles back. Hellman with the win for Providence Catholic, 38-65. Walker is next for the Galesburg Silver Streaks at 38-95. Parsons third for Watseka at 40-14. We'll set the field after the start of the race. Section 1 of 3. Call on the 200 meters to the tent, Class 2A. Call on the 200 meters to the tent. Flight 1 of the 3A high jump report. Flight 1 of the 3A high jump. In this field, we have Matt Hall of Ileana Christian, Scott Wirtz of Glenbard South, Torben Hoffmeyer, Marengo, Tony Wundahl of Lansing Ileana Christian, second Viking in this race. David Modert of Mount Vernon, the Rams in 7. Murphy Affolter of Muscuda in 8. Kevin Smith, Rochelle in 9. Tyler Morse, a senior for Bartonville Limestone in 11. And out in 12, it's Riley McInerney of Charleston. McInerney, the bronze medalist last fall, Class 2A cross country. He is the leader in this section, a 4:22.88.
3:12. 3 is in the lead, 12 second.
Wirtz in the lead, McInerney right behind.
6 is next.
Next up is Wundahl of Ileana Christian.
7 and 8.
And then 7 and 8, Modert and Affolter.
3:12. 8 on the outside. Nice pack right together.
Very nice group together here. Scott Wirtz, Glenbard South. The Raiders in the lead. The Charleston Trojans are second. It's a 4:26 pace in this first of the 1,600 meters in Class 2A.
12-11. 12-11-3.
Now McInerney into the lead for Charleston. Winner with the automatic berth on Saturday.
12-11-3 still.
12-11. Tyler Morse. Now that is Bartonville Limestone in the blue and white stripe. Running behind McInerney, now 8 into the 3 position. That's Affolter of Muscuda. Charleston, Bartonville Limestone, Muscuda, Glenbard South, Ileana Christian. Here's Mount Vernon. Modert coming in. Wundahl coming on the outside for Ileana Christian into third. Wundahl now into second, pushing McInerney. 2:14 at the halfway mark.
12-6, neck and neck.
12 and 6, McInerney and Wundahl, neck and neck, Charleston and Ileana Christian.
8 in the second.
Then 11, Morse, and 8, Affolter. Now Affolter moves to the outside.
12-6, 8-11.
Affolter pushed into third, everybody together. Field very close, especially the top 4. McInerney still in the lead for Charleston.
5th and 6th is 3 and 7.
5th and 6th are Wirtz and Modert. Behind the scoreboard we go, and we come out at the 3-minute mark.
Third.
Now into third is Morse of Limestone. It is still McInerney
12-8-11-3.
with Affolter of Muscuda in second. McInerney
12-8-11.
still with fuel in the tank as we have 400 to go. McInerney with the lead,
12-8-11.
followed by Affolter and Morse.
12-8-11-3.
And the 4 position is Wirtz of Glenbard South. Into the curve, it is still McInerney,
Extending his lead.
extending the lead slightly. Now the battle for second, it is Morse of Limestone, Peoria area. Finding some acceleration is Morse. It's still McInerney with 200 to go.
12-11.
McInerney holding him off into the curve. Here's Riley McInerney. Let's bring him home. McInerney, Charleston, followed by Morse of Bartonville Limestone, Muscuda's Affolter. And Glenbard at Southworth's. Here we go, 4:17, 4:18, 4:19, somewhere between 18 and 19 for McInerney. That might be a PR and a school record for McInerney. We're waiting for the clock. McInerney with the win. 4:19.25, McInerney of Charleston. Morse, 4:21, Bartonville Limestone. Affolter is third for Muscuda. Wirtz is fourth, Glen Ellen. Mount Vernon, the Rams in fifth with Modert. Wundahl is sixth for Ileana Christian. Here's race number 2 out on the track. We'll set the field again after the start. And now, out on the track, this is heat number 2 of 3. We've got Jamison Dale of Chicago Jones. He has run very well through the season. Dale of Jones in 2. Matt Myers, Central Catholic, Aurora in 3. Will Graham of Rock Island Alaman in 4. Nick Hess, the High School of St. Thomas More Champaign in 6. Albert Alfano, Chicago St. Rita in 7. J.D. Lafayette, Normal University in 8. Sean Milhauser of Pontiac will be in 9. Dylan Harkness of Sterling in 10. Ethan Adelfinger of Rock Island Alaman, 2 pioneers in the race in 11. And Will Brewster, Grays Lake Central, he's got the lead in this one. Your section leader for Grays Lake Central.
It's 12 in the lead, 12, 9, 8.
And 9 has moved up. That's Milhauser of Pontiac. And that looks like Jamison Dale on the outside for Chicago Jones.
He lost his hip number 23, he lost his hip number. He's the one in yellow and black.
Harkness
In 4th.
in 4th there in the yellow over navy of Sterling. It is still Brewster. There's Jamison Dale. Dale is a junior for Chicago Jones.
12-9 in the Sterling.
Followed by Milhauser and Sterling's Harkness.
12-9.
Will Brewster, the senior, with the lead.
5th is 6, number 6.
5th is the 6th runner. That would be Normal U High's Lafayette.
12-9.
Still Brewster and Dale.
12-9 has been Sterling.
Then Pontiac, Milhauser.
Comes 2 to the lead.
Adelfinger, Jamison Dale pushes to the outside. Dale moving ahead of Brewster.
2-12.
2:12 right now at the halfway mark.
And Sterling is 3rd.
3rd is Harkness of Sterling. And then a group behind Harkness. Right now it is Jamison Dale and Will Brewster. Brewster with a 4:20.48. Dale 4:29.93. But Jamison Dale is one of the premier distance runners in the city of Chicago
9 into 3rd.
in the last 2 years. Into 3rd is Milhauser of Pontiac.
Make that another guy into 3rd. Is that 11?
And also we got Adelfinger of Alaman. When you look here now in the next group, the battle for 3rd, that is Alaman, Normal University, Sterling, and then Alaman again. Pontiac and Aurora Central. Your leader is now Jamison Dale at the mark. 400 to go. We are sub-record at the moment. The record is 4:18.28 by Crane of Dunlop.
2-12 still.
3:11 at the break. The battle between Will Brewster and Jamison Dale.
Still.
3rd place is still Adelfinger of Alaman. Now, as we go with 200 left, that is Jamison Dale with a record at stake. 3:52, 3:53. Jamison Dale from around the scoreboard. Let's help him home. Last 2 years in Chicago, the name is Jamison Dale, and he's heading for the finish line. 4:18 is the record. We're at 4:10 right now. Jamison Dale, Chicago Jones, the win and the record, unofficial. Followed by Brewster of the Grays Lake Rams.
And Sterling.
Then 11, Adelfinger in for Rock Island, and Harkness, the win, Chicago Jones, 4:15.97, Jamison Dale. Here in heat number 2, Brewster of Grays Lake, 4:18.13. He was also under the current record. Adelfinger is 3rd for Rock Island Alaman. Harkness 4th for Sterling. And then St. Thomas More's Hess. And in this field, Kyle Riling of Geneseo, the Maple Leafs in 2. Luke Zygmunt, Grays Lake Central. You saw him earlier in the 800. Jared Kerner of the High School of St. Thomas More, Champaign. In 6, Samuel Wellborn, Jersey, Community of Jerseyville in 6. Pete Scheibel of Chicago St. Rita in 7. Josh Rodenberg of Waterloo in 8. Rodenberg of Waterloo. Mark Maton of Chatham Glenwood in 9. Jeffrey Rector of Chicago Roosevelt in 10. And in 12, Michael Clevenger, the two-time defending state cross-country champion, the defending 3,200-meter champion, now in the second position, Clevenger, Decatur MacArthur. Early leader is Kerner of the High School St. Thomas More, Champaign. 9 is third, Maton of Glenwood.
3 is fourth.
Fourth is Zygmunt of Grays Lake. 300 hurdles. The field for Saturday will include Andrew Hellman of Providence Catholic. He leads the field in the automatic qualifiers. Elvin Walker of Glenbard South. Dante Arnold of Woodstock. Gary Hickman of Cahokia. Those are your 4 automatics. Then by time, Demario Walker of Galesburg, Brandon Lindley of Peoria, Chris Cheatham, Evergreen Park, Mike McCullough of Tinley Park, and Dylan Nauert of Maple Park, Canelan. They are the automatic, they are the qualifiers for the 300 meters hurdles on Saturday, Class 2A. 5:12, 9 and 3. It is still Kerner of St. Thomas More, Clevenger of Decatur MacArthur, Zygmunt. Now into the lead is Luke Zygmunt, Grays Lake Central, the Rams, and Clevenger laying back. Zygmunt and Clevenger, you're 1-2 right now.
3:12.9.
Very exciting 1600 series. We saw a personal record, school record, a meet record for the class, and now a finale.
3:12.968.
We have Zygmunt here and Clevenger at the 2:50-2:52 mark. Clevenger's time coming in, leading the state, 4:17.35. Of course, now the new record is 4:15, so that is Clevenger's goal.
12 to Clevenger took the lead.
If he can take the time off of the sectional best, 4:17.35. This is Clevenger of Decatur MacArthur. 400 to go. Zygmunt is second for Grays Lake Central. Maton Glenwood is third.
And 8 is fourth.
In fourth place is Rodenberg. Calls on the 200. 200 is next. Here's Clevenger on the back stretch.
6 is fourth. Sorry about that. Then 8 is fifth.
Fourth place is Wellborn of the Jerseyville Panthers. And then 8th is Rodenberg of Waterloo. Here's Clevenger into the north curve. 3:55, 3:56, Michael Clevenger. Decatur MacArthur. He has been the premier runner distance in Class 2A for the last 2 years. Here he comes home. Michael Clevenger. Clevenger, 4:10, 4:11, 4:12. This is Clevenger with the win for MacArthur. Second place, I believe that's Maton. Clevenger. Maton is second. Zygmunt third. Clevenger 4:19.77. Maton next with a 4:21.42. Zygmunt is third for Grays Lake. Wellborn fourth for Jerseyville. Okay. Call on the 4x4s to the tent. Call on the 4x4s to the tent.
Here's a field for the first heat of the 200-meter dash. In lane 2 from St. Rita, Treston Forbes. In lane 3 from Maple Park, Canelan, Sean Carter. In lane 4 from Glenbard South and Glen Ellyn, Wesley Sanders. In lane 5 from Plano, Joe Jones. In lane 6 from Troy Triad, Brandon Penrod. In lane 7 from Centralia High School, Stefana Moore. And in lane 8 from Kelvin Park in Chicago, Brian Carter. And rounding out the field in lane 9 from Antioch, Dan Lonsky.
Ryan Callan of
To the starter.
Central. Shot put, please.
Fair start. We look to the middle of the track. That's Joe Jones of Plano, the Reapers. He's out in front. Stefani Moore of Centralia in lane 7. Here comes Brian Carter of Kelvin Park. It's Kelvin Park Carter. Kelvin Park Carter, Penrod. Carter, Penrod, and Carter. 1, 2, and 3. We've got 22 flat on Carter, 22.07 on Penrod, and the other Carter at 22.23.
Here's a field for the second heat of the 200-meter dash. In lane 2 from Glenbard South, Jarius Shannon. In lane 3 from Lincoln Way West from New Lenox, B.J. Bello. In lane 4 from Sandwich, Dale Strope. In lane 5, and your heat leader from Jacksonville High School, James Jackson. In lane 6 from Chatham Glenwood, Joey Giovanelli. In lane 7 from Decatur MacArthur, Jonathan Bowie. In lane 8 from Morton, Seth Wilkerson. And in lane 9 from Chicago Fenger, Chevelle Lucas. To the starter.
Clean start. Lane 4, that's Dale Strope of Sandwich. And on his out front from Chatham, that's Giovanelli. And Bowie of Decatur MacArthur. Bowie, your leader. It's Bowie and Jackson. Bowie and Jackson. Bowie, Jackson, and Giovanelli. Bowie at 22.08. Jackson at 22.13, and Giovanelli at 22.30. Here's the field in Heat 3. Final heat of competition. Heat leaders and the next 6 fastest times advance to the final. In lane 2, we have Prince Nemi of Champaign Central, Troy Shepard of New Lenox Providence, Jamel McNeely of Chicago's Kelvin Park. Nick Chappelle of Jacksonville will be in 5. In lane 6 from Vernon Hills, the Cougars, Gabe Cotton. In 7 from Cahokia, the Comanches, Trey Story. Damon Doherty of Paris in 8. Clean start. Nick Chappelle from Jacksonville looks good. Trey Story of Cahokia. Coming down on the straightaway, Jamel McNeely. It's McNeely, Chappelle, Story, and Cotton. Unofficial top 4. Winning time 21:73. Chappelle was 21:96. Story 22:46. Cotton 22:51.
We will set the field in heat 1 of 4. It is important to note the state record is 3:18.20, set last year by Cahokia. In lane 2, Jones High School of Chicago. Lane 3, Bennett Academy from Lisle. Lane 4, Harrisburg. Lane 5, the leader of this section is the Hawks of Hillcrest. In lane 6, Lincoln Way West from New Lenox. Lane 7, the Rams of Mount Vernon. The Bulldogs of Riverside Brookfield High School in 8. And in lane 9, Pontiac. We ask that flights 1 and 2 of the long jump please report. Flights 1 and 2 of the long jump.
3A.
Class 3A, please report. Now down the backstretch, we have Patrick Allen of New Lenox Lincoln Way out to the early lead with Mount Vernon on his shoulder. On the inside is a sophomore, Devontae Brewer of Hillcrest.
Tinsley from Mount Vernon.
And from Mount Vernon, it's Clayton Tinsley, a senior. Closing out the preliminaries in the Class 2A meet. Out in lane number 9, Pontiac is making an upset bid here, and here comes Mount Vernon.
Roby, W-R-O-B-Y.
Roby, a freshman on the outside from Pontiac, giving it everything he has. They are tied at the exchange. It appears to be
Herrick, New Lenox, Lincoln Way West.
Jake Backs.
New Lenox, Lincoln Way West.
Backs.
Jake Backs, a senior, running for Lincoln Way. Here we are at the break. On the inside, that's
Yeah, it's Bennett Academy.
Bennett Academy out to the lead here.
That's
And now Lincoln Way.
And Lincoln Way.
Austin Zick.
Austin Zick
Bennett Academy.
from Bennett Academy.
Lincoln Way was Backs. Jake Backs.
Jake Backs from Lincoln Way.
Harrisburg third.
Harrisburg in third, and Mount Vernon in fourth.
Logan Hartley, a freshman.
Logan Hartley, a freshman from Harrisburg, being challenged now by Mount Vernon. Down the stretch, they're giving it everything. Mount Vernon is closing fast.
Grider from Mount Vernon.
Grider from Mount Vernon at the exchange, 142 and out to the lead now. It's Bennett.
Michael Lang from Bennett. Michael Lang.
That's Michael Lang, a junior from Bennett, putting the gas pedal down. And here comes Mount Vernon and Lincoln Way. Lincoln Way challenging now. Down the outside is a burst from Lincoln Way. Pedswider
Or Lincoln Way West.
for Lincoln Way West now taking the lead, and Mount Vernon now challenging for second place.
Mount Vernon's runner is DeMontez Miller.
DeMontez Miller from third, challenging now for second. It's Lincoln Way, Bennett, and Mount Vernon, but Bennett is not done.
Bennett is Lang.
Bennett now to the outside wing, giving it everything down the stretch.
Still Pedswider.
Lincoln Way pulling away, Pedswider.
Bello, B.J. Bello anchored.
At the exchange, this is the final lap.
Bello from Lincoln Way West.
B.J. Bello, a senior from Lincoln Way West, has a 10-meter lead and is extending it down the backstretch.
Second.
Bennett is second.
Durkin from Bennett.
Durkin from Bennett. Mount Vernon is third.
Vernon is Boss, B.O.S.
BOS, Steve Boss, a junior from Mount Vernon, down the backstretch.
Hillcrest is
But
fourth.
your leader now is Lincoln Way West. Hillcrest trying to get back into it.
Hillcrest, Adiamo.
That's Adiamo from Hillcrest, trying desperately to get back into it. Desperately trying to get into tomorrow is Hillcrest after a bad handoff early. Hillcrest. Adiamo is not taking no for an answer. Here comes Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon may get second. They may challenge.
The win to Lincoln Way West.
Lincoln Way, Bennett, Mount Vernon, Hillcrest, Harrisburg, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Play West. 4 Lincoln.
Will Sam Gerald of Brother Wilson?
Let's set the field here. We have in lane 1 the Spartans of Aurora Central Catholic. In lane 2, in lane 3 the Titans of Chatham Glenwood. In lane 4 the Eagles of Lakes High School from Lake Villa. In lane 5 the Silver Streaks of Galesburg. And in lane 6 the Dukes of Dixon. Lane 7 the Corsairs of Carmel High School from Mundelein. Out in lane 8 the Bulldogs of Mahomet Seymour and the Comets of De La Salle. In 9 the Silver Streaks of Galesburg come in with 322.62, the section leader. We go to the starter. And we're underway with a clean start. Out in lane number 6, that's Alex Lamendola, a sophomore from Dixon. Bo Salzman from Galesburg, the Silver Streaks, in 5. And in number 7, Christian Horcher, a senior. Leading off, it appears to be Dixon. In lane 6, Lamendola out to the early lead, the sophomore. On the outside, we've got De La Salle and Mahomet Seymour making a big move here.
Jones, De La Salle.
That's Jones of De La Salle.
Mahomet Seymour is Chuck.
Matthew Chupp. And in lane 3, it looks like Chatham Glenwood, the Titans,
That is Michael Giovanni.
bringing the baton home at the first exchange. Hard to tell.
It is Dixon.
Right around 50 seconds.
John Worley.
Dixon, John Worley. John Worley, the junior, out to the big lead.
Now, who's Dixon now? It's Galesburg.
That's Carmel and Galesburg now.
Jones.
Your leader is Dixon, Galesburg.
Worley from Dixon.
Worley from Dixon, and it's starting to close back.
Walker from Galesburg.
Here we go, it's starting to close down.
Walker second.
Walker from Galesburg.
Walker here making a monster move here. Walker,
Demario Walker.
DeMario Walker making a monster move here. Can he hold on at the halfway point?
Dixon.
141, it's Dixon.
Dixon is Hinkle. Zach Hinkle.
That's Zach Hinkle of Dixon.
Trayvon Diggins for Galesburg.
And Trayvon
Behind. Diggins.
Diggins of Galesburg.
Muhammad's third, I want to say.
Muhammad's runner is Johnson. Elijah Johnson.
Liza Johnson of Muhammad in third, being challenged now by Carmel.
Carmel is Jordan Yancey.
That's Jordan Yancey, a senior, now moving into third as Jordan Yancey overtaking Muhammad. Out of the curve we go. It's still Dixon, Galesburg,
Carmel.
the Silver Streaks.
Hinkle from Dixon.
Hinkle from Dixon.
Dixon, that's Carmel in second place. And
Jordan Yancey from Carmel.
Jordan Yancey of Carmel bringing them up.
There we go, anchors. It's Dixon.
Through 2:32 at the exchange. Dixon blows it open here, folks.
Scott Goad.
What a handoff. Scott Goad of Dixon.
Galesburg second.
He's a senior. Galesburg
DeAndre Law.
is second. DeAndre Law on the track for his third event of the day. Can he reach deep in the tank and go get it? It's still Dixon. Carmel.
That's Muhammad.
Muhammad now in the second position.
Is Jordan Rock.
Jordan Ruck from Muhammad making the big move in the second. And can he hold off our fast finisher? Here we go. Look at this down the home stretch.
Scott Goad from Dixon.
Scott Goad from Dixon.
Jordan Rock from Muhammad.
Jordan Rock from Muhammad now being overtaken. Law and Carmel. Law on the inside.
Carmel third.
322.6 unofficially 324.25 for Galesburg in Heat 2 of 4 in the 4x400 relay class 2A.
On to the track, Heat 3 of 4. In the 2A 4x4, here are the competitors in 2 Woodstock North. In 3, the Pioneers of Normal University. In 4, the Sequoias of Antioch. In 5, the Rockets of Burlington Central. In 6, Tinley Park. In 7, the Dunlop Eagles. In 8, the Celtics of Providence Catholic. And on the outside in lane number 9, the Green Wave, Mattoon in 9. We are underway. Burlington Central with Ben Damisch has the middle of the track. There's Burlington moving up. That's Damisch. And you have Normal University also running well. As we come around, it's still Burlington Central in the middle of the track, followed by Dunlop on the outside, Tinley Park in the middle. That's McManus for Dunlop. It is still Burlington Central as we go into the 3-turn stagger. Here we go, and Burlington has the baton. That's Olson for Burlington. Then out in 7, we've got Dunlop. That's Coco. Burlington Central with a big advantage at the break. That is Olson. Everybody down to lane number 1. I believe that's a new second place in there. Might be Antioch. That would be Patrick. We'll check that on the way around. Burlington Central still in the lead. That is Antioch in 2. Olson. Antioch is Patrick. Dunlop and Normal U High battle. Coco versus Normal University. That's Emerson. It's still Burlington Central on the next exchange. That is Clint Climb for Burlington Central in the 3-runner. Still a healthy lead for the Rockets. Looks like Normal University in 2nd. That's Morris for Normal University. I believe Antioch is running 3rd. Climb for Burlington. Antioch challenges for 2nd with Normal University. Here is Burlington Central into the anchor. And the anchor for Burlington is Mike Gulick. Here's Gulick. Now the battle between Antioch and Normal University.
Sykes for Normal University.
That's Sykes for Normal University. Chapman for Antioch. The race is for 2nd as Burlington enters the back stretch. Gulick for Burlington is your leader. Gulick into the curve, 200 to go. The battle for 2nd, there's Antioch pushing for 2nd. That is Chapman for the Sequoias. Here is Burlington Central. Gulick, Chapman for Antioch, and for Normal University, that's Sykes. And the win clearly to Burlington Central. 3:22-26, followed by Antioch at 3:25-21. Normal University next in, 3:26-63. Woodstock North is a 4th with Tinley Park in 5. Out onto the track, our final 2A race of the day. Here's the field in lane number 2. From Madison County, the Highland Bulldogs. In 2, the Macomb Bombers. In 3, you saw Woodstock North in the last race. Here is Woodstock in 4. In the middle, the Cahokia Comanches. In 5, they hold the record in this race from last year, 3:18:20. And they're close this year. Metamora, the Redbirds in 6, Sycamore in 7, Chicago Gwendolyn Brooks in 8, and Chicago Robeson in 9. Final race of the day in Class 2A. We will go to the starter. Leading off for Cahokia, you got Marlon Brady. Dante Arnold for Woodstock. And Adam Parr for Metamora. Right now, fairly even. Metamora moving up a little. That's Adam Parr on the outside. Parr getting a little bit more as the inside of that upper group. And then Parr and Gwendolyn Brooks holding the middle. Here comes Cahokia and Brady. Again, Brady, part of that record-setting team last year of 3:18:20. Now the exchanges. Cahokia is first. That's Kenny Ball for Cahokia. Ball, outside of him was Metamora. That's Nick Danner as we head to the break. Cahokia leads and will take the race down. It was a 49.9 on the leadoff leg for Cahokia. Right now it is Cahokia and Metamora. Kenny Ball for Cahokia. For Metamora, Nick Danner. Third, I think, is Gwendolyn Brooks. That's Byron Kelly for Brooks, and Brooks is going to the outside. Byron Kelly, and they're going to come even. And here we go with the exchange. It'll still be Cahokia on the inside. Jalen Monaghan. Gwendolyn Brooks right on his back. That is Williams for Chicago Brooks. 49.8 on the next leg. Metamora in third, and Sam Ryan with a slight gain here. There's Ryan catching up, but Cahokia moves up with that same space. That's Monaghan in for the Cahokia Comanches. 2:10, 2:11 as we come around the scoreboard. Cahokia, Gwendolyn Brooks, Metamora, and I believe that is Sycamore in the 4 position. Handle for Sycamore. Now the anchors. Here is Cahokia. That is Darren Payton. Another 49 for Cahokia on that leg. For Brooks is Madrano. Metamora is Charles Fenner. Sycamore is in the 4 position. AASE. So we go to the curve, 200 to go, and 3 minutes. Darren Payton, Cahokia. Can they make it home at 3:18 or better? Here comes Cahokia, the Comanches, trying to storm their way into the team lead for tomorrow. 3:14, 3:15, 3:16, 3:18 is there. So Cahokia wins just past 3:19, call it 3:20:15 for Cahokia. Chicago Brooks is second with a 3:22:75. Metamora, the Redbirds from Woodford County, are third, 3:23:73. Sycamore is fourth. Macomb, the Bombers, fifth, followed by Woodstock, Highland, and Robeson.